A hypothesis test or a test of significance is a procedure for testing a claim about a property of a population. In most elementary statistics courses, we conduct hypothesis tests for claims made about either a population proportion p, a population mean mu, or a population standard deviation sigma, one of these three typically. When developing a hypothesis test, you should know and understand the following. 1. How to identify the null hypothesis, which is denoted as H sub naught. The alternative hypothesis, which can be denoted as H sub 1 or H sub A, from a given claim and how to express them in symbolic form. And we'll go into that later. How to calculate the value of a test statistic given a claim and sample data. How to identify the critical value or critical values given a significance level alpha. How to identify the p-value given the value of the test statistic, and how to state the conclusion about a claim in simple and non-technical terms, meaning how would you explain it to somebody else in a very simplistic way. When writing out and doing a hypothesis test, there are specific facts about the null and alternative hypothesis that needs to be known. The null hypothesis is a statement that the value of a population parameter, p, mu, or sigma, is equal to some claim value. We test the null hypothesis directly in the sense that we assume that it is true and reach a conclusion to either reject it, where we have enough information to say no to it, or we fail to reject it, where we don't have enough information to say it's not true. The null is used to indicate no change or no effect or no difference. So for H sub naught, for the null hypothesis, the symbols that used to be used were less than or equal to and greater than or equal to, but now it's typical to only just use equal to in the symbolic form. The alternative hypothesis is a statement that the parameter has a value that somehow differs from the null hypothesis. We do not test the alternative at all. We are only ever testing the null. For H sub A, for the alternative hypothesis, the symbols that are used are less than, greater than, and not equal to.